The skills I've learned is definitely camera work, Adobe Premiere, Photoshop.
The students come to us once a week and we prepare the food for the canteen, getting the students used to working in a real-life kitchen.
I was lucky enough to get onto the multi-trades construction. I had all the help I needed in terms of getting my CV up to the level it needed to be.
Working in the garage, get to know how it works inside the car.
With tutors, give one-to-one tutoring so that you can know what you need to improve on.
We learn different varieties of styles. Now we're working on a musical. The whole company comes together and we all show what we've learned.
We place huge emphasis on ensuring that our students are career ready. We look forward to welcoming you to become part of our success story.
Hello everyone, I'm Tracy Davis and I'm the Vice Principal for Further and Higher Education at London South East Colleges. I'd like to personally welcome you to this virtual open event and thank you for joining us to find out more about the courses that we have on offer. We're delighted that you're considering London South East Colleges for your education and training needs. I'd like to start with a brief introduction to the college, and then I'll hand over to our curriculum experts who will tell you all about the courses we offer within this curriculum area. At London South East Colleges, we pride ourselves on being one unique college with sites across 8 different campuses within the London boroughs of Bromley, Bexley and Greenwich. We have over 1,000 different courses on offer, including vocational study programmes, traineeships and apprenticeships, adult and professional qualifications, and we have a range of higher education courses available within our university centre. With over 13,000 students at college, we have an extensive range of vocational courses through to degree level and professional qualifications. We have something to suit you, no matter what your age, interest or ambition. We also work with over 100 strategic employer partners to ensure our courses are relevant to today's job market. Having the right industry skills for employment has never been so important. The largest of London South East College's campuses is Bromley, which is located just 10 minutes by bus from Bromley Town Centre. Our main Greenwich campus is set on the border of Plumstead and Woolwich. We also have a construction skills campus in Kidbrooke, as well as an adult and community learning centre at Greenwich Park. We have 2 sites within Bexley, our Bexley campus and a specialist construction skills campus at Holly Hill. Located in the heart of the town, Orpington campus is home to our award-winning student-led BR6 restaurant and bakehouse. Our aim is to ensure that you achieve your career goals and fulfil your potential. We'll help you achieve this with our expert teaching staff, industry standard facilities and excellent employer links. Recognised for delivering high quality teaching and learning, and with success rates above the national average, we achieved an Ofsted rating of good with outstanding features in 2019. In the spring of 2017, we were given a QAA rating of confidence for our higher education provision. We have also been awarded the TEF Silver Mark of Excellence for high quality teaching and learning. Studying at London South East Colleges will give you far more than just a qualification. We'll provide you with the crucial skills required by employers and universities to give you that all-important competitive edge and make sure that you are the one that stands out from the crowd. Your career really does start here. So that's it from me. I hope that gives you a flavour of what your learning experience may be if you choose to study with us at London South East Colleges. It's now time to hear from our curriculum experts. Thank you.
That's right. So good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to London South East College's online open day. powered by online open days delivered by SpringPod. In this session, we're going to talk about access to higher education vocational qualifications available at London South East colleges. I'm Hope and I'll be hosting this afternoon's session. Just a few things before we start. The talk should last around 45 minutes. Please do ask as many questions as you can think of. This is your opportunity to ask those questions and our guest speakers love to answer them. And finally, after watching this session today, if you want to see the campus, head over to the London South East College's website where you can view a 360 virtual campus tour. In this session, we are joined by Vice Principal of Adult Apprenticeships and Partnerships, Neil Coates, Programme Lead for Access to Learning, Helen Hall, and Lecturer of Access to Learning, Paula Bloomfield. Good afternoon, everyone.
Hi there, Hope.
Hiya. Wonderful. So I believe we're going to kick off this session by hearing from Neil. Over to you, Neil.
Fabulous. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for joining us virtually on this beautiful afternoon. So Hope says I'm the Vice Principal for Adults, Apprenticeships and Partnerships. I'm going to be walking you through some of the key points today, which I'm sure you're going to have lots of questions about as we move through the slides. So first of all, Tracy alluded to some of this during the original talk. We train over 6,000 students, adult students each year, trying to give them the skills they need to boost their career to go into employment or higher education. We work very closely with a lot of fantastic employer partners to make sure that the skills we're training give people the ability to go into the jobs that they want to do. Courses are going to be starting again from September 2020, with dates running throughout the year to try and meet your needs. Our courses run both part and full time to try and make sure that it fits around your work commitments. Moving on to the next slide. This is to give you a little bit of idea about our broad range of courses. So vocationally, we offer courses across many levels. A lot of people on adult courses come in to either retrain or give themselves the skills to improve the chances of moving up in their career or moving into a new sector. As you can see at the bottom of the slide, our courses cover a wide range of areas, from business to hospitality, to travel, to catering, production and performing arts. So there really is a course for everyone, hopefully, on the call today. The other area of work that we do is around our professional qualifications. These are courses that people tend to pay to go on to give them the next step within programs that they want to go into. These are largely focused around the finance sector and the legal sector, and will give you all of them skills to make sure you can make that next step in your career ladder. Now moving into our higher education. So we've talked so far about our adult courses that will give you them access, them basic skills. We've talked about them professional qualifications that hopefully will give you that extra ability to move up within the ladder. But a lot of employers are looking for them high level skills and qualifications at level 4, 5 and 6 that really give you that technical ability to be an expert within your sector. We run a range of qualifications in partnership with the University of Greenwich and Canterbury and Christchurch University. These courses can be studied part-time flexibly to work around your family and work commitments. And one of the biggest benefits of this is the fact that if you are local, this is your local university option. Courses that we offer at the moment sit within 5 particular curriculum areas, going into business, construction, early years, sport, and teacher education.
Thank you so much, Neil, for that insight. We're now going to hear from Helen and Paula.
Hey, welcome to Access to HE. Basically, I'm going to take you through the courses that we are running on the Access programmes at Bromley, Erith and the Plumstead campus. Let me move the slides on. So as you can see, we do Access to Nursing at the Bexley, Bromley and the Greenwich campus, social work at Bexley and Bromley, science at Bexley, Bromley and Greenwich, humanities, Bexley and Bromley, business, Bexley and Bromley, and then our new programme that we're starting in 2020, teacher training, will be run at new at Bexley, but it's already established at the Bromley campus. Access to computing is at Bromley, and we also have a pre-access course that we run at Bexley campus, which I'll give you more information about in a little bit. So if we just briefly look at access to nursing, the progression routes, once you've finished your level 3, you could go on to adult nursing, children's nursing, mental health nursing and midwifery. And there's some of the units that you will be covering: biology, nursing studies, psychology, and you also do some level 2 maths. The entry requirements for each of the access courses are very similar. What we ask is that you hold at least one level 2 qualification. Now that could be a GCSE, grade A to C, or a functional skills level 2. And then what we're doing at the moment is asking students to undertake a remote literacy assessment, and depending on the course that you're applying for, a maths assessment. So for access to health and human science, health and human science is run at Bexley, and then we have science, which is which Helen might be able to will give you some more details on, is at Bromley and the Greenwich campus. So health and human science, the progression routes: paramedic science, radiography, pharmaceutical science. So they're the more specialisms within the healthcare sector. You will be studying physics, chemistry, biology, and unlike the nursing, you have to have a higher level of maths, because you, on the access to science, you study level 3 maths. That's the equivalent of A levels. So the entry requirements for health and human science, again, at least one level 2 maths and or English qualification. But we will ask you to do a remote maths paper, and depending on the results of that, we might offer you a place. And then access to social work, progression routes, obviously, to become a qualified social worker. You could go into counselling, you could do a degree in psychology or sociology, and they're the kind of units that you will be looking at: social work studies, psychology, sociology, and also study skills. You don't do any maths on the social work programme. Again, entry requirements: at least one level 2 qualification, GCSE or functional skills, and that remote literacy and English assessment. Access to business studies, again, the progression routes, some of them, business studies, accounting, marketing, economics, and some of the units that you will be looking at, again, economics, finance, marketing, excuse me, the HR function. And like health and human science, you need a high level of maths ability, because you will be studying maths at level 3. So again, the equivalent to A levels. Entry requirements, again, A to C, GCSE or level 2 functional skills, excuse me. But again, for your entry assessments, we will expect a higher level of maths ability. Okay. Humanities and social sciences, progression routes for this subject: literature, law, psychology, sociology. You could go on to do a degree in humanities, history, education or philosophy. Some of the units that you'll be studying: English literature, including poetry, psychology, law, sociology. So it's actually quite a broad range of subjects. Again, the entry requirements are at least one level 2 qualification, be that GCSE or functional skills level 2, and that remote literacy English assessment. And then the teacher training course, progression routes for this: you could go on to do a degree in primary education, so ultimately teaching a primary school, secondary education, so your PGCE, or do a straight degree in your chosen specialism, and then go on to do your PGCE and then teach in a secondary school. Or like me, you could do a post-16 qualification, but they are some of the progression routes from the level 3 access to teacher training. You'll be studying educational studies, English language and literature. Again, it will be level 3 mathematics, social policy, sociology. For the teacher training, if you want to progress to do a primary school teaching qualification, you will need both GCSE maths and English and a science. Okay, that would be one of the requirements. However, if you want to go on to study a straight degree, then do your PGCE, we will consider you with one GCSE or level 2 functional skills. Okay. Okay, so you might be asking, what if I don't have the necessary requirements, or I don't do very well on my literacy, or you've been out of education for a long time? What are your options? Okay, so what we do at Erith campus is the level 2 pre-access in skills for progression. So basically this is a course, a foundation year, that will get students ready to study at that higher level 3 qualification, and then ultimately progress onto the access course and then on to do your degree. You will, so as I said, you can progress onto the level 3 access to nursing, health and human science, any of the access programs. But ultimately you do study health studies and progression units. So the pre-access is best for students that do want to go on to nursing or the health and human science or social work. Entry requirements, ideally, we do ask that students have at least one level 1 functional skills in either English or maths. However, we will consider all applications on an individual basis, and we do ask you to carry out a remote English literacy assessment. Okay. Okay, how will you be assessed on the access and pre-access programs? Well, we use a range of assessment methods, essays, formal reports, response to case study. You will have to present in groups and on an individual basis, observe group discussion tasks, formal examinations, and on the health studies courses, you will carry out experiments. Just briefly on work experience, like anything, we want you to have the best opportunity to progress to your chosen university courses. So for nursing, and for health and human science, and for social work to a degree, we do ask that students consider gaining, if you haven't already got some relevant industry experience. So if you want to go to a degree in adult nursing, it would be beneficial and it would support your degree application if you did have some kind of work experience in the care sector. So that would be something that we discuss with you to better your chances to get that degree course that you want to ultimately go on to. Okay, Helen, do you want to talk about some support and guidance that we offer?
Well, in terms of the colleges, Bexley in particular is very good with additional learning support for those people who might need it. But it's also offered, of course, at Bromley and Greenwich as well. And if you have prior learning needs that you know about, when you come into the course, you tell us. And of course, you go directly then onto the support system and you will get as much as you need, we hope, and that will give you support to get through the course. Yeah. Okay. What else is there? Oh, attendance. Obviously, we expect, and we really sincerely hope that you can commit yourself entirely. I think one of the most important things about this course is that you will be successful if you do commit yourself, and attendance is considered the most important factor behind your success. We realize that an awful lot of people who are on the Access course are also working to support themselves, and so that does come into it. But nevertheless, it's a full-time course, and we do believe that you need to commit yourself fully to the course in order to be successful on it. However, of course, this coming year, we're not entirely sure how many days a week you'll be expected in the sessions, because it might be that we're teaching some online, and that hasn't been decided yet. So we can't really be clear about how many days you're going to be in college at the moment from September on. But normally, for most of the Access courses, it's 3 days a week. Sometimes it's 2 days a week, depending on what the students of the previous year have decided is the best way forward. Anything else here? Paula, would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, so just a little bit about where I'm based at Erith. It's 2 minutes from Erith Town Centre. Loads of shops and some little sandwich shops and anything that you need there, post office. And we're right by the train station as well, and quite a few bus routes. So we're easy to get to. I'm not entirely sure what there is at Bromley.
Bromley has an excellent bus service, so that's fine. And of course, there is a station quite close, so that there's no real problems there. In Greenwich, the train station is very, very, very close to the college. So there again, it's the links are very simple and very easy. Access is excellent.
Yeah.
To all the campuses.
That's both the Access courses and the travel to them courses.
Yeah. all of it, obviously. Okay.
I think we're heading back to Neil now, am I correct?
Yes, correct. We're going to just cover a little bit on finance.
Wonderful.
So if I just move on to this, so another area of people that is really important is how are the courses going to be paid for. So we do offer an advanced learner loans package for people going on to level 3, level 4 programs that are 19 plus. These are loan packages, as it says, it's advanced learner loan. But a really important piece of information to know on this is that when you take an advanced learner loan to do an Access course, if you are then successful in your Access course and you do what the course is about, which is giving yourself access to higher education, when you receive your degree, your advanced learner loan will be wiped out. So you won't then carry that commitment going forward. So if you really are committed to an Access course, you do have to take a loan to start with, but if you are committed to get that degree, that responsibility to pay that back will be gone by achieving your degree successfully, which hopefully will be the first steps onto getting your start of your career as well. And it's the final point, as it just mentioned on the page, that there is other financial support packages. We are a large general further and higher education college, and we work with a massively broad sections of the community. And what it enables us to do is bring in lots of different bursary packages. So if you are in a situation where financially you are challenged in any way, please make sure you have a conversation with our specialists in our Student Hub team that will be able to direct you to any support that either us as a college could provide or also outside organisations. So Hope, I think that's back to you for summing up.
Wonderful. Now, as you mentioned just there, if someone wants to contact the Student Hub in terms of that, I'll just give the email address out. It's studenthub@lsec.ac.uk if you want to discuss that further or you have any more individual questions. But what a fantastic insight into all the vocational courses available at London South East colleges. We're now going to move on to some of the questions that our viewers have been sending in. If you haven't yet sent us a question, now is your chance. So throw those questions out there for everyone to answer. We've also got Linda who's joined us, as she may also be able to answer some questions as well. So what I'm going to do is read the question out, and then whoever wants to take a picture, just let me know. Okay? So the first one. Hi there, I am 24 and I'm looking to retrain, hopefully to have a career in property surveying. What would you recommend the course I should be looking to do?
Do I take that one, Hope? We have quite a lot of construction courses at our Holly Hill Centre in Erith, and they do different levels of quantity surveying, but they also do construction management and construction of the built environment courses. It's worth having a little explore of those range of courses and where they might take you. But you can contact us through the Career Hub at London South East Colleges if you want to discuss that, because this forum is quite difficult to get into the detail of where you would like to end up.
And I'm sure if an individual heads over to the website as well, they can find a more descriptive
yeah, absolutely,
all the courses. Neil, did you want to add something there?
Yeah, just in addition to that, a lot of people don't realise in all cases that apprenticeships is another clear way into these areas, and apprenticeship within quantity surveying is another route in. It's something that the college are looking to offer going into the new year. Well, not at the moment, but I'd always suggest people look on the National Apprenticeship Service to have a look at the vacancies that are live at the moment.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Mel. Anyone else want to add anything else before we move on to the next one? No? Cool. So this individual, sorry, did anyone say something? No? Okay, the next one. I don't have any GCSEs and I'm looking to have some qualification to enable me to get a job in customer service. What course would you recommend?
Yeah. As a career advisor, I'm independent, so I have to say to you that there might be specific service courses at other colleges, although we don't do it. But my concern for you in terms of getting an apprenticeship or getting another kind of job in due course is the lack of GCSE, maths and English. So at least you should think about coming to college to do those part-time and perhaps explore what different courses there are that can help you. But we do take a lot of adults onto our courses that we run with our 16 to 18-year-olds. So you can start off at level 1 and level 2, as well as the A-level equivalent, the access course. So there's quite a lot of opportunities to build up that English and maths.
That's brilliant advice, Linda. Thank you so much for that.
Hope, in addition to that, just to make everyone aware on the call, and it wasn't something we mentioned within the slide deck today, there is also a series of online courses that we've gone live on. And as a college, just yesterday, we found out we've got an additional package of funding to support courses now through June, July and August. So if people are online and they go to our website, that they should be greeted by a pop-up initially about our professional free online courses, that they can find them on there. And there is a series that people can access and go on to now. And customer service is one of those that they could come onto as a starter. It doesn't give you the qualifications to become a professional in that area, but it gives you the first foot in to move on. And if you're finding yourself at a bit of a loose end going into the summer, this might be a great opportunity to get that qualification under your belt.
I mean, and that also could lead to some work experience. You've got that kind of, I've done this research to back it up while you've got that passion.
Certainly.
Okay, the next one. Hello, I'm 55, interested in computing. What should I do going forward?
I didn't get the last bit. I'm 55.
Yeah, I'll start that again, no problem.
Yeah.
Someone said, hello, I'm 55 years old and I'm interested in doing computing. What would you recommend I do?
Okay, so Helen?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being 55 years old. You can certainly come and join our access to computing at Bromley. We had a couple of years ago a gentleman who was 72 who completed the access to computing. So your age makes absolutely no difference whatsoever. The most important thing for the computing course, though, is maths. So it would be extremely useful, in fact, really necessary, for you to have GCSE maths at this point in time. If you have no maths or English, GCSE or level 2 functional skills, you need to get one to join the course. But if you have one, that's fine. You could come on the course. There will be an entrance test that we do, which we do for everyone regardless. But honestly, your age is absolutely no difference whatsoever. And we have many people of that age group on the Access course. So,
a question maybe for Neil in relation to that. Thank you so much, Helen. Would the age affect any funding that you're able to get? Is any funding limited to certain ages, or is that open to everyone?
No, it's very much open to anyone. That's our professional courses, our advanced learning loan provisions, and our free online courses that I was just mentioning prior to this as well.
Brilliant, thank you. Another one for you, Neil, I think, whilst I've got you. Someone asked a question in terms of the financial side of things. As in, does that include counselling qualifications? Can they get funding if they want to do the counselling course?
So our counselling packages, we've got an initial free online course that will give you the introduction that was mentioned before. But all of our other counselling courses are full cost programs because they're licensed to practice to go within that sector.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. This next one is a two-parter, but I think I can link them together. So someone has said, is the Nigerian result accepted? And then they've gone on to say WAEC.
Yeah, we do accept WIAC. It helps if they have been transcribed through NARIC, because then we can see that they are genuinely officially UK equivalencies, because that's what the universities will ultimately ask for. But yeah, they would count as for our entrance requirements. Yeah, absolutely.
And Paula, just in case people aren't clear who are watching, can you just describe what NARIC is?
It's it's a company that transcribes, sends out an official letter to basically students would send their WIAC certificates, and then they transcribe them, and you get an official letter saying that these are genuine UK GCSEs grade A to C.
Brilliant. It's essentially like Google Translate, isn't it, for qualifications?
Yeah, that's what I say.
Okay, this next one, probably one for Helen, as you were talking about this. How many days a week for access to social work level 3?
So again, that does depend, and the timetable is unclear for next year. But what we do at Bromley, and I think at Bexley is the same, is what we've had always up to now with social work is 3 days a week. And so, you know, in fact, at the moment, this year, Bromley was Monday, Tuesday and Thursday. I'm not sure what days Bexley were, but it was 3 days a week, 9:30 to 3:30.
Yeah, at Bexley, for social work this year, we did, for the last 2 years, we've run it over 2 days, Monday and Tuesdays. The only thing with that is it's really intensive. You're cramming all of the lessons into 2 full-on days. So, I mean, it might be different this year. We don't know yet, but it might be the case that we will run the 2 days again. But you've got to be really dedicated, and obviously it might affect childcare because it's a 9:30 start and you don't finish until past the schools closing. So it is intense.
Brilliant, thank you. I think also it's important to add there that you mentioned attendance, Helen, when you were speaking, and how we don't know what's going to happen, but some of the courses could go online, but that doesn't mean that you cannot do them.
Oh no,
absolutely online. Right. Yeah. Okay, this next one. Do you have level 1 secretary course? I have applied for business level 1, but I'm not sure if it covers all of the admin things as well. Anyone want to cover that one?
Not at Bexley.
I don't know it. Not level 1.
No,
not our area.
So we do have Silex courses, but they start at level 3. You generally do business administration and customer service as a general principles, and then you would move up to their more specialist skills.
Okay. Linda, is there anything you want to add? I thought that you were.
No, that's really what I wanted to say. Quite a lot of our courses, you're building your English and math skills if you're not at level 3. So you don't have to be exactly in line with what you want to do. And some of our courses, it might be better to do when you're nearer to being work ready, actually.
I mean, the legal sector is a very specialist qualification going into a, very challenging sector. So that's why it's at a higher level.
Yeah. The next one I can probably answer the first part. The first part is, does it start from September or June? And the answer is September. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, hopefully, yeah.
The next one's probably for Helen again. How many days a week for access to nursing?
Okay, so at Bromley, our access to nursing is actually 2 days a week, and that's because the nurses of previous years have chosen to make it 2 days a week. But exactly as Paula says, it's very intense, and actually we start our nursing classes at 9:15 and end at 5. So again, that's very difficult for some people, but the students did vote for it, and many of them actually prefer it. At Plumstead, however, the nurses voted against it. So our timetables at Plumstead for nurses are 3 days a week.
It's really good that the students get to have their say and have that kind of, collaboration in there in terms of that. That's really good. Next one, how can I do level 2 functional skills alongside my course?
Depends what course you're doing. I mean, if you're doing both maths and English functional skills, you generally probably wouldn't be on an access course, but you might be on the pre-access course, which is doable if you're dedicated. It's like anything,
Do you offer any courses for barbers?
Yes, we do a barbering qualification that sits within our hair and beauty section.
Brilliant. So if someone wants to see that, they can watch the replay on that particular session where they were spoken about that in more detail. I think that's all of our questions for now, but if anyone's watching and you think of any questions after we're finished today, you can email them over to studenthub@lsec.ac.uk. Don't worry if you don't know which specific department it needs to go to, as the Student Hub will be able to send them on. Before we close today, is there anything else anyone else wants to say, maybe about London South East colleges, why people should come there, what's so great about them? Any final thoughts?
just that we're fabulous. And you need to come. You need to come and join us.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone who's joined us today. If you feel inspired to study with London South East College, which we really hope that you do, don't forget you can apply if you're ready to do so by visiting the website, going to www.lsec.ac.uk. Over on the website as well, you can also see a virtual campus tour so you can check out the surroundings. If you have any more questions, as mentioned previously, do email the Student Hub team by emailing studenthub@lsec.ac.uk. Do not hesitate to do that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. And don't forget to tune in to some of London South East College's online open days taking place this week. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.